Hello everyone and welcome back to Gearhaven. We're still in the process of creating our tiered farmland and to actually get the water there to, well, make it all green and make it all pretty and stuff. And, also actually working. We have started building this tunnel here. There's a sluice at the end that will prevent flooding out this way. But overall, I think it's a good start. As in the last episode, we're trying to clean up the platforms that are created by the tunnels as we go through. So we just free up some of the resources. Right. In addition, our beavers are still building the extension of our wood supply area up here. How did we end up now with 800 logs? I swear we were in a shortage last time. Right. So we'll be working on this. There's a couple more things that we should probably consider. One is to put more water in storage, so to speak, in between the regular season and the bad tide. And I think if we add sort of a tower up here, a storage tower, that could be actually quite useful and quite nice, to be honest. So maybe we'll do that in this episode. I mean, with all of these logs, and since we are we are flattening out this entire area for our farmland, it might be a good intermediate process for our beavers to work through. All right, staircases are all gone. We do need 2 levels down over here, so that's exactly what we're going to do as well. In addition, there's 1 level down here, a level down there, and then the rest will be double explosives. All right, so they are doing this. They are working underneath. We have automated this area, so let's actually really focus on this part right there. So if we want to turn this into additional storage, one thing that we really need to do is have a better bad water guidance system, for a lack of better words. Now we could try to connect this up with our power wheel situation there, so during a bad tide we get even a bit more power, but I don't think we quite need to do that. So instead we're adding levees in the front here, and that should ultimately allow us to kind of build an exit for our bad water over in this direction, which means we definitely need some explosives here. And I don't think I can put the levees right at the edge. We're leaving, hold on. This needed to be too deep. We're leaving 1 piece gap over there. That doesn't mean we can't actually extend our water tower system up here in a little bit of, into the very edge of the map. All right. Regardless, let's have a look here. They're still working on the tunnels. Let's make sure they can still reach everything. They're actually almost there, which means we will get our water supply up there. And then we can continue placing our farmland in this corner. You're already in, you can go, you can also explode, good. And then we're now waiting on our explosives. We've also not finished up these explosives. There we go. So they're slowly getting there, and they can't reach these, which obviously makes sense. Right. Good thing there is a drought right now. That should give us enough time to wrap up this entire situation. All right. What we need to do in order to block all of this... hold on, actually. We don't need you. We can save our explosives. Can I actually put levees? And I can put the levees right in front of it. All right. Since we are in a drought and we have 16 days, we're going to use them properly. Okay. So, yes, I'm gonna delete our bad water. What are they called again? Irrigation barrier. And then we're going to add levees up here. And placing levees all around this corner. Right. Actually, not all around. We want a few openings. Technically, we could be okay with one, but there are actually free pieces of water supply. So let's actually have for the regular water flow free in this direction. But also just send it out the back instead of the side. Yeah, why wouldn't I do that? All right. Sometimes you see things as you build them. Right. What we need is basically levees on both sides. I'm going to remove that last irrigation barrier too. And yes, we might place them around this again. But then again, might just utilize the entire area for more water storage. Right. Regardless, let's free up some more resources to make that building process a little bit better. Actually, we're now at a path to the end. And then we're adding a staircase up here. And this will allow us to put our overhangs right there. No, just overhangs. We need a double overhang, not a triple overhang. I swear at some point I'll get it. Hold on. That might not work either. Let's see. Sorry. I was trying to think this through. Yep, we need to put our levees here. Our sluices here. Which means these sluices out the front, I'll actually place them one closer, one further out. And we're just placing them on double platforms. And that will now allow us to put the double overhangs here. And then the sluices right in front. All right. So they have a ton to build. I will actually, I was just going to say pause one of them so they can definitely get back out. But let's pause a sluice instead. Until they have at least built these overhangs. All right. In the meantime, we're going to go over here. Still not completely done. However, we can make a little bit more space. And I think what would be nice, ultimately, because we will still need more explosives. Ah, look at that. The water is actually in. We might just go ahead and build another explosive factory. Before we do that, let me remove that last platform so we get our planks back. And ultimately, we need to expand over in this direction. Now, I don't mind the water over here, but we will need to keep a path over in this corner. So we'll continue our way with platforms. All right. In the meantime, they have done a really good job at building all of this already. Wow. I am impressed. Can somebody please pick up the logs? All right. And obviously we need the impermeable floors on top. And with that, we are almost done. Will you guys build all of this from the top on? I don't quite know. I don't quite trust you guys to do the right thing. Right. One more levee here. And actually, what we could do, Not that we need to, but I think it will look a little bit better. Just seal this off. All right, no beaver is caught underneath. Means I can also unpause the last sluice, and then we need to automate this. So don't close regarding a certain depth, but we want to make sure you close below a contamination of 2%, 1%, and you close above a contamination of 1%. So yeah, we should probably do the histories kind of thing. So close below a contamination of 1% here, and you close above a contamination of 2%. Right. Histories, in case you guys didn't know, which you probably did, still gonna explain it, is where you have different levels of indication on either side. So there's an overlap between both of them where yeah, it just stays open. All right. So with that in, I think it would be nice, like I said before, to store a little bit more water up here. And we can, well, relatively quickly make this happen now. However, need to figure out exactly where we're going to place our new reservoir. I do think we want to utilize this entire area. And I guess we can remove the paths over here. And we could just build this up right there. Now I do want to keep an open path for this corner over here, which I guess means we could unlock some more stuff. And that is bridges. So let's see. How long does this need to be in order to be applicable from both sides? Well, first of all, if we want to build a bridge over here, what we really should be doing is place platforms down. So, and we're just going to continue at this corner. Oh, look at that. That is pretty perfect. And now we just need to figure out how far the rest is. So that would be 3, and that would be 5. So we need the 4 deep bridge. And then if I only select the bridge, that would help. If we place you here and place you here, perfect connection. And that means we can close that area off, or like close this entire back area off as well. Now, we do have the dam here. We do have the sluices here. Do we need both? No, I think we could actually remove the sluices in the long run, regardless. Actually, remove the dam pieces in the long run. Yep, remove the dam pieces in the long run. Anyways. Can you guys reach that? Of course it is too far, because why wouldn't it be too far? But you can actually reach it from this side. Good, good, good. Right. So if we are removing the dam pieces, we don't need that path on top anymore, which means we can replace the dam pieces with levees as well. And I think we're also, I can actually remove this part, this path right here as well. We can already remove this path. And then we can start building more levees down here. Connect this through there. And yeah, technically we don't need to build this across that corner. But I think overall it'll be a little bit easier for our beavers to walk on top than if we do. Right. And then we're going to go ahead and connect this up all the way to the end. Let's build the first top layer as well. And we can already put you here. And I hope now you guys see what I am aiming for. The next big question is, how tall can we build this? Because all of that will be additional water storage, and we can go tall. Oh, wow. Right. I think that will be plenty. Going to connect the rest up, or fill up the rest, not connect it up. And then long term, we will also need to figure out a good way of how to get all the way to the top. All right. I'm going to quickly skip over this, so I'll be right back. All right, here I am again. So I've now built all of this up, and yes, this is going to use up a ton of our lumber, but we're going to have our beavers, well, starting to build all of this. However, like I said before, we do need to make sure they can actually get to the top here, so they can slowly chip away at creating this. I don't want to call it monstrosity, but it is honestly a bit of a monstrosity. So anyways, I think the way we're going to build up is with our spiral staircases, because they work pretty well for like just moving up and about, so to speak. All right. Let's see. We would need a spiral staircase here. Actually, we don't need a spiral staircase here. What we need is a regular staircase in front there. And then we just keep building up. I'm going to quickly do that and I'll be right back. All right, and I am back. And the trick is triple platform followed by single platform, and so on and so on. That's the repeat, and then you can very quickly build up this way. All right. So this is in place. And like I said, they can just keep chopping away. And at some point, we'll just have this entire back wall already set up, and then we can focus on the front part of this entire, like I said, monstrosity. Let's go with monstrosity. I'm already going to remove this path right here. And we could remove the sluices, free that up. Don't really need to. We could also include this little corner area. Don't think we need to either. Technically, I could already build all of this up. Yeah, give me a second. All right, this is in there as well. And because I know my beavers, I'm very quickly just going to put a couple of platforms in here. Highest priority on all of them, because one of them is absolutely gonna get stuck. Oh, hold on. Actually, don't need to. There we go. Right. Now they build all of this, and then they can fill in the rest from the back. Cool. All right. In the meantime, they have finished putting in the explosives over here. So there we go. Free it all up. Remove all of this. And looks like we might just be far enough back to utilize this entire top area with our new, well, farming situation. However, we will need more tunnels. So let's go ahead, place you here, and then we're just gonna go all the way into the back there. I'll remove you now. Nope, not remove like that. And then we're setting up the path back here. So the path continues on the top. All right, this will fill up the entire area nicely with additional water. All right, next thing, because I just saw it, we want to double explode these away, and then the rest of this corner should be ready to go for our farm, which means I am going to remove you. Yep, you're only doing kohlrabi anyways. Really yummy stuff, but you know, I think you'll have more fun doing it over here. So let's go ahead, put a farmhouse in there. We're already gonna set up another farmhouse here. Detonate this away. And then we're planning to set you up properly with, if I find it, kohlrabi over here. And I think we're setting all of the back here up to be kohlrabi. We do have a good amount of kohlrabi down here too. So, you know what? Let's have all of this to be kohlrabi. And then cassavas, we're just placing in front like that, the entire path as well. All right, you guys are making soybeans, so that just needs to be sorted out. Cassavas are... Ah, shoot. Did I not explode this away? Did I explode the wrong thing away? That might be more like it. You guys have probably seen this and just yelled at me in the comment section. And I had pre-recorded the episode. Oh, where did you get... Ah, come on. How did you get stranded there? Ironbot 67. Will I save you? I guess I could. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. Once they build this, he should be able to run out. And I think I will temporarily pause the levees that go in here, so they don't get stuck again. All right. You want to make sure both of you are on highest priority. Cassavas are up here. We still need you for the canola seedlings. But what we could do, once both of these farms are in, and we do have the bots to run these farms. Not quite, but close. We're going to remove some of that. So we don't have that many soybeans. It's 4 by probably 8, which means if we are removing, this is 3, 4, yeah, something like that. We should be able to fill you up with soybeans, and then we can remove both farms down here. And again, free also a little bit more space for our beavers to work with. Because we are moving our farmhouses, we probably want to move our fermenters at some point over there. But that is more like future worries. All right. This is coming along. Of course, because of all of this, we're out of... what are you doing? Out of logs. Yeah, why wouldn't we be? Let's make sure we make enough space here. Not enough space. We remove these things here. They are still kind of building that, I guess. Don't know what is taking so long. Why aren't you building that? I don't understand. What if I set you on normal priority? Now we're gonna set you up on the highest, as well as this part right here. Anyone coming to build that? The only thing I can think of No, you're right on top of a pillar, no? Maybe you're not. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me actually remove you temporarily. What is underneath here? Nothing. Okay. I think I just found a bug. Shouldn't tell me that I'm okay with building this. If I'm not okay with building this. Let's see. Okay, you're okay with this now. No, wait. Where are you putting... What? What? Guys, any thoughts? Appreciated. You have any idea why this is happening? I'd be super curious. You're too far from the district center. That makes sense. We have you here. You should be okay. Be built, and we'll try it like this. Weird. All right. Anyways, let's have a quick look here. You guys are all in and ready. You're run by regular beavers. I guess that is okay. Which means I am now going to delete our 2 farms down here. Yes. And we're also going to clear up this entire planting area down there, because we don't need any of that anymore. And the last thing we're adding is the soybeans temporarily. They go up here. And because we do have enough cassavas, we're also removing all of you guys up there. There we go. Remove that. Yeah, you can harvest that if you get to it. Okay, if you don't. What if I turn this around now? Because I know you're in. You've built all of these, so that's good. Building that one. Guessing this one will be next. Yeah, not entirely sure what's going on here. Anyways. Farmhouses are in. This area up here is cleared, or is being cleared. Last aspect that I want to add here is more oak trees. Because, again, we have the space. And with that, we also have now fixed the water supply in this top area here. That should fill up automatically now. Much better situation. Oak trees go in here too. And in the back there as well. Yep, you can reach all of these, but that is going pretty well. Right, a few more here. We can always take them back down if we want to. Oh, look at that. They now finished up this one. For whatever reason. Okay. Which I guess means I'm going to add them back in like this. Maybe not you. I'm going to turn you around. There we go. And we still have the 2 gaps here. We're placing you like that. Let's see if that's going to work. No idea, but we'll find out. Regardless, with that, I'm going to call this an episode overlooking our beautiful first tier of our farms. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.